Yo, 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 this is King Earner coming to you guys live and direct. Someone jumped in my comments yesterday. They said, King Earner, is it possible that you can speak on the movie Heat? Is it possible that you can give some good examples for some of the characters that they have? And yes, I can. Robert Deniro had the best part. Brad Pitt had some honorable parts also, but I wanted to point out two things that Robert De Niro said that was of honor, or that he done. The first one is what he said, and he said, never be involved with nothing that you can't let go of less than 30 seconds. A lot of the youngins gonna miss this one, and I hope it don't go over their head because it's more than truth. The feds, they look for the weak individuals. They look for the individuals who are attached to things. And they say, you know what? I know if we take that away from him or threaten him or her with that, he'll give up everything. And you got to realize sometimes individuals get caught up in the feds. They may be done with the crime that they used to do over 7 years ago and things of this nature, but it'd be that 7th year that they'll lock you behind up. And you'd be like, well, damn, I've been left that alone. It's important to understand that that rule of leaving things within 30 seconds or being able to let them things go and push them out of your life can be on just about anything. It could be on a woman. That means you're no good. You could have just met her. Could have just had sex with her. Could be dealing with her. And she could be no good for you. She could be draining your money, draining your energy, draining everything that has to do with you, but because you're attached, you're going to keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And in relationships, that's not healthy. I know that personally, you know what I'm saying? The reason why I know that personally, because I've been in terrible situations where we arguing, we're going back and forth, and you know it's wrong, but you continue to do it, and then all of a sudden, something bad happens. Rather it's you defending yourself, or rather it's the woman defending herself. Whatever the case may be is wrong on both ends, and you look at the situation and be like, damn, I could have avoided all of this by leaving it within 30 seconds. That love thing goes for an individual that you actually know or that you have to understand, and still you should be able to leave that within 30 seconds. Look, I'm done. It's over. Let's keep it pushing. Same thing has to do with the streets. You could be a street guy that's running around and got yourself caught up with an addiction of hustling and know that the one hustle ain't good for you, but you continue to go in that direction. After you've made a substantial amount of money, you should be able to say, you know what? I'll go ahead and switch it over and change my life and do something of honor and do something that I know I don't have to worry about losing my freedom with. It also could apply to the fact that when it comes down to financial things, materialistic things, that rat Frank Lucas, he couldn't go without taking that chinchilla that the female bought him. So once he wore the chinchilla, what happened was it caused him confusion. But he knew in his mind that that wasn't his style, and that when he done that, it could cause a lot of, traffic or havoc. We got to understand that in life, we make decisions, we make choices, but those choices sometimes can be terrible choices. And if you are too attached to things, you'll make even more emotional decisions that can cause you your life or your freedom. The goal is to actually change your life all the way around. The goal is to actually begin to let go of those things that you know you're supposed to let go in 30 seconds. Another thing that Robert De Niro done on that movie was he made sure that he backed his homie play. His homie was going through something with his wife, and she was cheating. He actually made sure that he followed her, went into the hotel after the guy left that she was dealing with, and allowed him to know, listen, I respect you as a woman and as my homie's wife, but what you got going on, you're paying him back because he's ripping and running to try to make sure he earned for the family. This is not going to work out too well. And she understood it, she respected it. But more than anything, what I loved about it, he said to her, and if he acts like an ass, then I'll make sure I'll take care of you myself. Not deal with her. Notice that. I've been in those positions where I've had good friends, man. And I made sure that I love my homie the same way that I would want him to love me. Meaning that if it was anything that got to do with spouse or differences or his marriage or whatever, I always gave them good advice. Even the women friends that I have that are super cool with me that ask me for advice in their situations, you know what I mean? Time is really showing that the world is changing. And more than anything, we got to start understanding that if you don't leave something, no matter how attached it is to your heart, but if that something is not of good or it can't, it's not beneficial for you in a positive way, you shouldn't have yourself attached to it. Leave it. And I'm going to say more than anything, leave it less than 30 seconds. My goal is this, to get everybody to understand that you cannot just go around, with the mindset of doing things that got to do with attachment if you have that attachment in the wrong areas. Start letting go. Another thing, I'm going to give you an example of what I done when I was in federal prison. When I was in federal prison, I made sure, listen to me, I made sure that the individuals that was around me were individuals that had some honor, and I didn't keep a lot of people away from me. But when people's name came up crazy and they were saying this one was sour and that one was sour, like I said, I always bring up Little Samad because that was my homie at one time. And I liked the kid, but when the computers got into jail, it was like, yo, dude isn't of honor. And I never even got a chance to see it, but the people that brought it to me was sturdy enough for me just to go to him and ask him. And he wound up going to the hole. This man taught me how to work out. Well, he didn't. B actually from Nicetown actually taught me how to work out. What he done was he actually showed me how to build my muscle and make sure that it's not all flabby and looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? He showed me how to eat with it and also, do my routine correctly. But when he came out of that hole, we worked out that day, we had fun, we ate, we sat, we feasted. And out of nowhere, I thought about it. I said, damn, bro, you never got that work, People saying bad things about you. Kenan and Riz kept saying, man, listen, he confessed it to us, bro. He said it. He said, oh, they told on me first. So I let Samad friendship go instantly. Another guy by the name of Terry that was down FDC. He looked at me one day in my eyes and we were sitting at the table and he said, damn, bro, I could understand a person telling that got life or looking at 30 of life, but these dudes that got 5 years and stuff like that, I don't understand it. I looked at him and said, I don't understand either scenario. Why tell when you were involved? From that point on, I stopped speaking with him, stopped dealing with him. And a lot of people didn't know on that block, me and that brother, me and that rat was like the closest dudes. Like we was close. We knew each other, like, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of threw me for a limb when everybody was assuming and